Hello students. In today's lecture, we'll see Foucault's explanation of Jeremy Bentham's panopticon. But in the previous lecture, we had seen how Foucault begins with a description of measures to be taken against the plague in a 17th century partitioning of space and closing of houses. So basically, moving on to the next part in which he discusses the panopticon, which was explained by Jeremy Bentham, which is a building with a tower at the center from which it is visible to see each cell in which a prisoner or a schoolboy is incarcerated. So here basically he talks about visibility, and he says Foucault says that visibility is a trap. So the example of this is the modern day CCTV cameras or the hidden cameras. So which are not like visible to the one who are being monitored by this CCTV cameras and the cameras. But yes, once we let people have this impression in your mind that yes, there is visibility or someone is constantly keeping a watch on them, so that itself becomes a trap. So the same idea was discussed by Jeremy Bentham when he was discussing panopticon, because he explains the same idea in his panopticon, where he says that the building has all glasses on all the sides, and it is going to give an easy access or easy visibility of the people or the prisoners who are kept inside it. And he says that it can become a best example for the students, school students, and even for the prisoners to mend their ways, because in that way they are going to or follow the instruction given by the jailer or the headmaster or the school teacher who is keeping a watch over them. So basically here he says that each individual is seen but cannot communicate with the warders or other prisoners, because they are kept in isolation. That means each person is kept inside one cell. So this here the crowd is abolished. That means there is no space for crowding, and the crowd is completely abolished, and no one is allowed to interact with each other or one another, because that is the idea behind this panopticon. Now here he says that the panopticon induces a sense of permanent visibility that ensures the functioning of the power. That means the same thing as the CCTV cameras that function these days. That means it is constantly keeping a watch over their activity, and they will function as is desired from them, because they always have that fear that somebody is watching. Here also in this prison or panopticon, the same concept was discussed or explained by Jeremy Bentham. Now here he says that Bentham decreed that power should be visible yet unverifiable. That means power should be visible. That means one should always have, the one who is being watched should always have this concept in his mind that he is being watched. But at the same time, he should not always see who is there to monitor him. So that way he is going to have controlled ways of conduct. So that is what was the idea. That is, this was the idea behind the panopticon of Jeremy Bentham. And obviously, if power is unverifiable, then the one who is inside the prison will never know who is keeping a watch over him. But he is always under the threat that somebody is keeping a watch over him or her. Now here further he says that the prisoner can always see the tower, but never knows where from where he is being observed, or from which corner of the building he is being watched. So that was the idea behind this panopticon, or the building which was made of glasses. Now the possibility of the panopticon is based on the loyal Menegri or Versailles Versailles is raised. So the panopticon allows on to do the work of naturalist. Here he says that drawing up tables and taxonomies. So it is also a laboratory of power, where they are observing how the power is going to function, or how the power is going to work in that panopticon. Now we can say that in which experiments are carried out in the prisoner and the staff. Now the plague-stricken town and panopticon represent transformation of the disciplinary program. So how the discipline is going to be followed by the people over which it is being implemented. Now the first case is an exceptional situation where power is mobilized against an extraordinary evil, and the second is generalized model of human functioning, that how human being will function when there is a constant watch over them, or there is a constant power which is controlling them but which is not at all visible. Now, a way of defining power relation in everyday life, the panopticon is not a dream building but a diagram of power reduced to its ideal form. So that's why Jeremy Bentham says that it is the ideal form of the control, where the people who are kept inside it are going to be completely controlled, not with the men or a person who is there always standing over their head with a stick, but with the visibility. So it is going to be, the visibility is there, but they are never going to, I mean, the people who are inside the panopticon are never going to verify who is going to keep a watch them or who is keeping a watch over them. Now here he says that the panopticon is not a dream building but a diagram of power reduced to its ideal form. It prefers or it perfects the operation of power by increasing the number of people who can be controlled and decreasing the number of needed to operate it. That means there is very easy example I had given you of the CCTV camera. So there are more than 400 cameras, there are more than 500 cameras in a campus or in any defined place. So there is one person who is keeping control or watch over those cameras, right? So the entire power is in the hands of, in a way we can say that the entire power is in the hands of the person who is taking control of that I mean that where he has the access of all the cameras, or where he is able to see everything that is happening in this that is happening on the screen, right? So that way he is able to monitor or like see or look after or take care of like more than 500 places, different places or different corners where the activities are happening. But yes, he is not physically present in all those 500 places. Instead of being himself present over those places, there is a camera which is capturing the movement of every single person who is there. So same thing is in the design of the panopticon also, like we had discussed in the previous lecture also, the structure in which we had seen that on both the sides there used to be building, or there used to be cells which were marked as H, and there used to be a center light which was marked as M at the top of the building. So the same concept is here, and when we are discussing panopticon, that there is going to be only one person. He will be seated, or the person will be seated at the watchtower, and he will keep watch over the building in the of the like he will keep a watch of the things which is happening in the surrounding. And moreover, the building was constructed in a circular way, so that the center place becomes the place of monitoring, from where he can, or the person who is appointed there as a jailer or schoolmaster, or like the one who has the authority to look after it, is going to keep a watch over everyone. So this was the concept behind this panopticon. So basically, if you see that we can say that it perfects the operation of power by increasing the number of people who can be controlled and by decreasing the number needed to operate it. It gives power over people's mind through architecture. That means with the help of architecture, they will be able to control the people. They don't require the human power to control the people. They require only the structure which is made in such a way that the people living inside them will be automatically controlled, and they don't need too much of manpower. The entire building can be controlled by just one person. And yes, there might be requirement of like extra securities and the guards who would be like outside the cell, but yes, not every cell is going to be monitored by every single person, but one person is monitoring the entire panopticon. So this was the idea behind this panopticon, and he further says that it gives power over people's mind through architecture, and it can be inspected from outside. There is no danger of tyranny. So obviously there is no fear that obviously they are going to be beaten or threatened physically by the person who is keeping a watch over them. So they just have that fear like induced in their mind that they have to behave in a certain way, or the guidelines which is given to them, and they will be following the guidelines which is given to the people, or like the prisoners who are inside the panopticon, because they always or constantly have that threat in their mind that somebody is watching them. And obviously if they don't behave in the way which is defined for them, it is going to be dangerous for them, or the consequence of it can be dangerous for them. So in that way we can say there is no tyranny, or there is absence of tyranny absolutely. And yes, there is going to be full control over the prisoners or the schoolboys, even to the like this can be implemented to the schoolboys, where they can be watched to discipline them. So that is all for today's lecture. Thank you all.